What is up, everybody? This is Ryan Mahalik or Superstar Gaming here, and I'm really excited to go over this best of five in the Battles World Cup versus Salamence 64. This is a really good player, and he's known as I think top one DFA at the moment, which is pretty crazy. So we actually started with the DFA map, which is definitely not in my favor. Water Resorts. Of course, I'm not a DFA player, so I'm not really gonna go DFA. I'm going Boat Mortar here. So the goal is pretty much just to play really aggro, try to slow down his farms as much as possible, and hopefully kill him with ZOMGs like round 30 or 31 by just draining him. So here, of course, I started with an anti-stall start, go for 260 eco, and then get up my farm. I'm sending some blues as well. The reason being, I want to get as many balloons on this backside as possible going into round 4, so then I can layer over those with compact blues and try to get his like darts chasing pretty much. He's sending me some pinks, that's not really going to do anything. So since he's not really going to go for his trip dart and just greed for his farm, I'm going to continue sending all the way into round 6 and boost some greens over all of that, which should cause some havoc. Now, a few things about the series. This is in the group stages of the World Tourney, so basically that's the same thing that my match with Troll was the other day. And then these are going to get us our matchups for the actual series, which is elimination, single elimination. So my green rush made him leak some, and it forced a 0-2 dart. And then he's sending me some blocks, which I'm fine with. I'm fine making him send me stuff if it just slows down his farms. So I'm not really going to get up defense because I want him to keep sending me pretty much. Round 8, I send him some yells. It forces a sport, exactly what I was looking for. And I go from another farm. So round 9, I send them yellows kind of late, where it doesn't even layer with the AI very well, so I'm not really expecting to force much defense. I force a 0-2 dart, 0-1 dart, but it's not much. Then of course, leads, nothing special. I'll send him some whites round 11 just to force another sport as well. So as you can see, I'm pretty much just forcing as much defense as possible, trying to make it so he can't really get a BIA, which is the goal. So the reason I haven't really been uploading lately, well, one, I started school again, but that's not really the reason. I've did some live comms and I can't really figure out how to transfer them to my MacBook to like edit them. So that's the reason, because I tried to make some videos, but that didn't work out. So I'm just making this video in the meantime of some of the replays I had with Salamence, which this one should turn out pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and soon I'll be playing Aquafire in the actual tourney because the group stages are now over, so that will be a very interesting game as well. But back to the gameplay. I sent some zebras earlier to force another sport, and I'll be doing a round 16 layered rush right here, which will hopefully force a good amount of defense. So I'm pretty happy with how this game's been going pretty far so far. His farms aren't that great. I have a pretty nice eco lead, and we're tied in farms. Actually, I am out farming at the moment. So I'm pleased with how this has gone so far. It seems like he's played a little bit more eco heavy, which I don't really agree with. I think he definitely should have went the BIA route here. I'm sending a Moab now, forces a boost, so I'm happy with that. I didn't balloon boost the Moab because he was going to boost against it either way. So I saved my balloon boost for a secondary Moab, which I'm sending for round 19, which will kind of come right when the leads for the round come as well. And this forces a fan club. So as you can see, his farms are not good at the moment, which is exactly what I wanted. He boosts some leads with around 20 AI, which is pretty deadly, honestly. So I'm not sure if I had to there, but I end up boosting. Boat mortar's not honestly that great on the map. The boat targeting isn't too good, and the mortar spots aren't even that great either. But I've got to make do with what I can do. So I think I'm gonna go for my facility here. Yeah, I go for my facility, and then I get up some destroyers. Oh wait, no, I go for the farm actually. And do I just boost here again? Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I defend that. I get up those destroyers with the farm money, and I'm able to defend. So I'm pretty good for greeting for the farm there. Round 23, I send him a balloon boosted Moab, just trying to force another boost here. He ends up selling some stuff for a fan club, so that's fine with me as well. Really, even though that rush was probably a negative in money for me, that I'm fine taking those losses because I'm just trying to slow down his farms as much as possible. He ends up boosting into round 24 AI just to farm harder, which is fine. I sell my destroyer for that farm, and then I think I end up boosting around 25 AI. Oh no, I'm able to afford the big one, but I sold my signal flare, which seems like he did not notice that. So, oh, and I end up boosting. Okay, well I guess I was pretty unlucky, but yeah. So we're pretty tied in farms. He's got a little bit more eco, so he's got the money lead. But at this point, I'm still happy with where I am because his farms aren't amazing, and that's all I wanted to do, even if he ends up with a lead for money. So round 27, this can honestly be pretty deadly with my loadout because there isn't very many boat spots and my placements were so good. You can actually fit 6 boats if you have good placements, but I was only able to fit 5 here. So I think I start sending him space CMGs soon just to try to make his farms really bad. I should have started earlier, but start round 28. I should have started like round 26 or so. I don't need 3 facilities. And he's got up 4 facilities already. So this is where I guess start. Now the reason I'm doing this before the ZMGs are even ramped is because I'm trying to make him sell his farms for GZs. So then he isn't farming super well. And now around 30, he's going to have to use a lot of GZs now because the ZMGs are ramped in health. And this is pretty much just draining. Soon he's going to counter me with tons of ZMGs. And my plan is, at that point, all out him with ZMGs and just outstall him. And hope he doesn't have money to defend. So as you can see, I'm full sending ZMGs now, and I start my stall. So he sent me 5, it looks like, or 4. I honestly probably could have defended this if I really wanted to, and not sent him as much, but he would have probably just kept sending me, and then it would be impossible to defend. So going for this was probably the play. But as you can see, he's pretty tight on money. He has a Spectre, but that's pretty much all the selling power he has. So if I can outstall him here, that's all I need to do. But I'm pretty tight on money too. I have 2,000 and I just have a big one left to sell. So it's going to be really close. Oh. I don't think he has money for one more GZ. Oh no, he does. It's so close. And he ends up going down. That was really close. But that game was pretty much perfectly played on my part, I think. I tried to drain him, and then he didn't have money to GZ everything. So I'll catch you guys in the next game, which is his losing map. Alright, so his losing map was offside. It looks like he went NFE, so that's bad for me being a Dartling Bomb player. NFE, aggro NFE can be pretty draining, and you pretty much need to get an early BIA to survive. So I only send him to 254 just to get up my farm money, and then I'm pretty much just playing passive from here on out. I'll probably go 262 with pinks. Yeah, go 262 with pinks. That forces a 9-inch nails and another engineer, and then I should be able to afford my plantation here. 130 game time. So pretty much the problem with this matchup is that you might still outfarm with Dartling Bomb, but you need a really good amount of money, like around 30 to defend ZMG all out. It's not like you can counter really because NFE does have that stall. So Dartling Bomb, you need a lot of money to defend like BFBs and ZMGs, which is the reason it can get drained. But I am farming pretty well here. He didn't force a bomb or anything, so I'm happy about that. So it looks like round 10, he's going for some regrow leads. So I get up my bomb. And then a second Dartling. That second Dartling's just going to be the plutonium darts, so I'm fine going for that. So I'm pretty happy with my farms right now. He has good farms as well, but if we both end up with good farms, I'm happy with how that ends up. So he sends me boosted zebras and some camos on the end of it, which I end up leaking a decent amount, but I got this one up to a 2 dartling, so that was able to clean it up pretty well. If I couldn't afford that, then I would have had to boost. Now, I could have went for my BIA there, but I ended up not. I ended up playing it safe because he was rushing me. So I don't really know. Round 15 BIA is fine, but oh, I actually don't even go for the round 15 BIA. I don't know why I didn't do that. I definitely should have. Um, round 16 is pretty late. Round 15 BIA was something I definitely should have went for there. But yeah, he's farming pretty well as well, which is bad, especially that I got around 16 BI. But we'll see how this plays out. If he sent me a Moab, I think I'd be able to defend without boost, unless he sent like Camo Ceramics under it. So I guess on the bright side, we still have 3 boosts left, which is pretty solid. But we are going to be able to get drained due to from ZOMGs and BFBs because of that late BIA, sadly. Looks like he's probably going to go for his factory here, which he does. And he still has 2 farms behind in case I was going to rush him, but I wasn't even planning on it. So around 20, he ends up sending me a BFB, balloon boosted. I'm planning on just boosting against this one so I don't have to cash out my BIA. So yeah, I boost, have the impact, and I just keep the maulers up because I know that he's going to be aggro later on, so it's better not to waste money selling defense, in my opinion. See, this is the thing with NFV that makes it really good. They can just greed so hard, and it's not like I can even force much defense without draining myself. Plus, he anti-stalled the beginning rounds, so it was hard for me to get an early BIA basically. At this point, I'm surprised he hasn't sent me a ZMG yet. That's why I'm kind of leaving some money behind and not going for like another Republic. I also should have. I don't really want this BI anymore. I need money fast, so I should have sold this and went for another factory earlier on. So this is the part of my Dartling Bomb I'm not very comfortable with. I don't really know the amount of defense you need to defend ZOMG on and off of boost and what's like the most cost-effective way. So I end up spamming just a bunch of Moab Maulers, and it's not honestly that efficient. And I boost here, but as you can see, I'm pretty drained on farms now, and he's out farming me a lot, even after sending 3 ZOMGs. I have 4 impacts. That doesn't seem efficient at all. I could have sold these impacts and went for a triple rocket pods, and I would have been fine. So I saw some defense go for another farm, but as you can see, my farms are pretty bad at this point because of those inefficient ZOMG defense. The replay didn't make it look as bad as it was. That last one, the balloons got really close to exiting, but yeah. So we have 4 facilities at this point. That's not that bad, but it definitely could be better. I'm definitely not happy with how this is going so far. But he sends me another one. I think the play here is going for triple pods instead of going for all these impacts. Yeah. And I actually end up having to boost that, which I was really unhappy about. I did not want to boost, because now I'm out of boosts for late game. So he's sending me to CMGs, pretty much just draining me, and there's not much I can do at this point. I'm trying to spam maulers to defend, but I think I end up going down soon. I can't really, as I said before, I can't really counter him with anything as well. I sent him 1 ZOMG, but that's not going to do anything, because if I counter him with a big rush, he'll just stall me. outstall me, and I end up going down. So the series is 1-1 now, going to my losing map. Alright, my losing map was Inlets, of course, and we have another NFE matchup. So we'll see how this one goes. Last time I ended up losing the NFE. I still haven't really learned how to rush this strategy too well on Inlets, what can kill it late game, so we'll see. Because the problem with sending ZOMGs is he can outstall me with them. But if we send ZOMGs a little bit earlier where I could defend and he couldn't, that would work. But we'll see what I opt to do here. So I send 261 and then get up my grape shot to defend those. Send him some pinks, hoping to force another engineer, but he ends up just sticking with 2/0/0s and greeting for his farm, which is fair. And then I keep sending him, he gets up his 9-inch nails, so I'll just go for my another farm next. I send him some blacks. I'm trying to play a bit more aggro this game. I really don't know how to play this matchup very well. I should practice it more. I don't know if it's like better to play aggro or passive against NFE, because these strategies are pretty similar in strength late game, in my opinion. I think I agreed for another farm here. He's working on his Bloom Trap, so he's not really gonna get any more farms until around 12 or so. I sent him some leads around 10. Sometimes you can get the leads through the cleansing foam, so that's why. But he ends up just affording his Bloom Trap, so that's all good. He doesn't send me any whites or anything to force the destroyer, which I thought was interesting. He doesn't even send me camo leads to force the signal flare until later. So I think I just go for my Republic here, and then I should be able to get around 14 BIA, which is pretty solid, but yeah. Yeah, go for that round 14 BIA. So at this point, I send him some camo leads, and it looks like I got some through, but he ends up just spiking them, so that was well played on his part. I send him some more, and he ends up boosting against them. So he's playing really passive here, so I think that he might be planning on beating me late game. I'm not sure if I should have sent him a Moab here. I could have sent him a Moab with some camo leads underneath, but I don't really know if that was the play or not. I'm planning on sending him like a BFB and maybe a ZOMG. But right now we're both just chilling. I've got my destroyer up. I've got some money in the back of my hand just so I can send that BFB in case he rushed me at all. So I send it, forces a farm cell, which is decent. So he ends up saboing and then getting up some Jitsus. And she should be able to defend this pretty easily. And this is a pretty long map where it's not that hard to defend. Yeah, it looks like he didn't have any trouble with that. And he just goes for his facility then. So well played. I go for double BIA, which I don't honestly know. Maybe I should have just went for one and then sent him an early round 22 ZOMG. I think honestly that probably would have been better. But yeah, if you know how to play this matchup in the comments, please comment down below good rushes against NFE. So I end up affording my facility here. I don't go for triple BIA because I'm planning on sending him a ZMG later. I'd rather just get the quick money with the facility. And yeah, soon I think I'm going to cash out my BIA, go for another facility, and send that ZMG. Round 25. Sell everything, go for that big one. Pretty standard stuff. You already know the drill by now. You've seen me play Inlets thousands of times. So here I sold that BIA, went for my facilities, and ended up sending him a ZMG as well. And now I'm just spamming defense because there isn't any more farm space. So my plan with this ZMG was to make him sell a farm for space with space to place ninjas, but it looks like he's going to end up trying to defend it without selling a farm. So very solid play on his part here. So I'm just spamming some defense at this point. He ends up going for around 30 ZMG, it looks like. Or no, that was around 29, so it wasn't even buffed yet. And then it looks like he ends up sending 2 more around 30, or 3 more. So this should be an easy defend for me, since it's around 30, and they're not even that strong yet. I didn't even need to boost there, I don't know why I did. So here, I think I start sending him. Yeah, so it looks like, at this point I thought he was all outing me. So I start sending him full out on BFBs, hoping that round 32 BFBs he wouldn't be able to defend. But he does have 2 boosts left, so we'll see how this ends up. The reason I'll send ZMGs, of course, is because he'll just outstall me. But it was round 32, and I could have defended his rush as well, so if I just focus money on defense. So it looks like I probably didn't send him enough. So I end up sending him some more, but these ones are too late to do anything. But we'll see if he can defend my first rush of them. I'm just trying to outstall him right now, because I can stall the lower layers pretty well. They get pretty far, but again, I should have started my rush with the ZMG or 2, I think, to kind of block the ninjas and then send full out in BFBs. But yeah, I kind of messed up that send a little bit with the spaced out BFBs, and he ends up defending it for the most part. I'm not sure if he would have defended the end of this, but I go down before he can die to it, so yeah, now he's up 2-1 in the series, going to my second losing map. So I'll catch you guys there. So my second losing map looks like it was Swan Lake, and we both go boat mortar, so same strat this time. We'll see how this goes. We both go for our farm round 1, go for that more bananas, and then we'll go for our boats right here. Looks like he's choosing the same boat spot as me. Most people don't use this boat spot. They use the boat spot where my cursor is right over here. I kind of like this boat spot a little bit more. I think it works better later game. So when you have your mortar, it'll pop down the leads right over here, and this is kind of where the black layer is. So this boat on close is really good for popping down that black layer so the leads can't regrow, where the other boat spot's not as good for that. So that's kind of why I like this boat spot. I think it's similar early game, and it's better for late game with leads, in my opinion. So he was a little bit more aggro against me that reason. I can get up around 6 farm. He boosts me some blacks and greens, and I'm able to just spike them a little bit and just get my grape shot up later. Then I boost him some blacks around 7, force his second grape shot. So I'm happy with how this game's going on so far. I've got a farm lead, he's got an eco lead, but I value farms over eco on this map for sure, especially because the rounds are pretty short. Yeah, I go for my third farm here. If he matches with the third farm, I'm planning on rushing him with some whites, because I knew he was kind of low on money. He got that farm up a little bit later, so he will be kind of low on money for round 11. So I lead it with a region lead and then whites behind. And he ends up selling his scrape shot for a destroyer and having to boost. So after I saw that boost, I'm like, okay, he might have money for a big one on top of it, but even with one signal flare, you can still sometimes sneak camos through. So I'm planning on all outing him with a balloon boosted rush, leading with some rainbows and then camo rainbows behind. So he ends up getting that big one, but there are a few camo rainbows that sneak through, and that ends up killing him. I also had some camo pinks going by at the end, because one signal flare without boost can't defend straight on camo pinks, so that might have ended up. Current score is 2-2, and his losing map was, looks like Area 52. So I don't really know which strat to go on Area 52, to be honest. I could have went Wiz Village, but I'm not very comfortable with my Wiz Village. So I ended up going Eco, and honestly, I don't think this was that good of a choice. because of all the farm space, he's just going to have a ton of money late game. And we both kind of anti-stall the rounds as well, which isn't great. But we'll see how this plays out. Ninja Village is a super strong late game, so yeah. So we're just full on ecoing. Um, he's pretty surprised I'm going eco because of how good this map is for farming all the space. But yeah. So my plan here, since I know he's going Wiz Village, Salamence is a really good wizard player. I'm not really gonna rush him with anything. I might rush him with some eco rushes, but sending Moabs, BFBs, that type of stuff while you're going eco is not smart for the most part. Since eco you have a lot less money than farms, and you can't really slow down your eco at all. You can't worry about doing that. So here I have to stop ecoing at 579 because of how short the round's been going. I normally like to have like 630 eco going in around 13, but yeah, this is pretty much where I had to stop. The Ring of Fire spot's pretty good though, so I'm happy with that for sure. Round 12, he sends me some camo pinks. I didn't have money for my village, so I ended up having to get up a ninja and selling that later for the radar scanner. So wasted some money there as well. So not the best start, to be honest, but we'll see how this goes. At least he doesn't get around 14 BIA, I don't think. Oh, actually he does. And I end up forcing a boost, but I can't really do much after that. So round 14 BIA is definitely very solid on his part. And my eco's not even looking too good. But yeah. I think I'm just gonna skip this recording ahead a little bit, to when it starts getting a little bit more interesting, when he starts sending me stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys then. Alright, so it looks like round 28. I only have 4,300 eco, which honestly is not that great, especially for how much he's farming. He looks like he starts sending me some ZOMGs, which is smart on his part, slowing down my eco even more going into late game. So I continue ecoing even through this because I know I need a lot of eco. But yeah, I do have 3 boosts left, which is a positive for sure. And I'll just Maelstrom the insides of this. The Maelstrom spots on this map are really good, which is a bonus, but of course, I was talking about those anti-stall problems earlier in the game. So it looks like I've got to stop ecoing here right around 5,000, sadly, to start building up defense for late game. Not near enough eco, or not near as much eco as I wanted, but we'll see how this ends up. Now I'm just trying to spam some ninjas, getting ready for my village ability. We'll micro that a little bit to try to defend these UMGs. And I've also got to micro my Sabo, so I'm honestly wasting a lot of money microing both of those. Well, I wish I just built up more defense, and my eco's not even that great. So not really happy in the spot that I am right now. While he can just constantly send these because of all the income he's getting from his farms. It probably might be better, since I was low on money, to just place a bunch of Maelstroms in the middle of this and use those abilities a lot. And that would help a lot on the BFB, Moab, and Ceramic layers. And then maybe I wouldn't have to constantly buy and resell that village ability and Sabos. So I don't really know. My plan was to send them like round 40 or so, I think. And then hope he doesn't defend. And if he all-outs me then as well, then I could just outstall them. But we'll see how this goes. If I can even defend till then. On the bright side, I still have 3 boosts left. So I think I'm going to start using those pretty soon. So we're defending pretty well right now, but Wiz Village, I know it would still survive if I even rushed him at this point, so I'd need to wait a little bit longer and just kind of hang on. I honestly probably should have burned a boost so far just to kind of greed a little bit more and not have to micro village abilities so often, but We'll see how this goes. So he starts all outing me around 39 here. Sending fast cooldowns. There's my first boost. Yeah, I think at this point I can't really find where my village is because of the AI BFBs. They're kind of getting in the way where I micro. So that's kind of messing me up as well. And yeah, it's overwhelming me, so I'm like, okay, I need to counter him now. So I think I ended up sending him right here around 40. Yeah. I'm still waiting for some reason. Yeah, there we go. Around 40, I start sending him a lot. But it seems as it's too late, and the Moabs do sneak through, so I ended up dying. So sometimes you do lose the series, guys. I'm not invincible, and no one is. Salamence is a really good player, and I knew I was kind of screwed after that Inlets game, but thank you guys so much for watching, and posts will be coming back. I'm sorry for the break, but yeah. Peace out, guys.